Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cormundum Chaos with WhatTeamComp. I'm your host, the Uncommon Guru, and I'm so sorry that we've been away for so long. It has been a wild ride of just going through all of the journey that Zarkwarts gave to us, and then we had some time off because one of our members was having some stuff they were doing when they were moving, and it has culminated us being here once again in this the month of February. Thank goodness it's February. New month, new us, or same us, whatever. I am joined by Zarkwarts, who is playing Aurelius the Armless, as his title now says.
I've been standing here for months now, and I've just been waiting to consume this blade next to my shoulder. It's the only thing that's brought me comfort for the last 2 years.
Amazing.
Sustenance.
Artemis, who is being played by our lovely Kendall.
Hi, I am running on caffeine and fumes. How are you doing today?
I'm running on about the same, along with a healthy 1,500 pounds of spite.
Oh, delicious. Crunchy.
Very crunchy.
Right?
You get it nice.
You guys are running?
I'm not. They are.
I'm just comfy standing here next to you, my buddy. Introduce yourself.
Yes, and as well as Fidget, who is played by our wonderful Purple Moss.
Hello.
I do post these on YouTube with their social links to say hi to them if you are wanting to. We do also have a Paris who plays Serenity. However, she is the one who is currently finishing out a few last details before hopping in. We're hoping that she will hop in at least partway through so we can have her pilot Serenity. Until then, she has a friend in her who is going to help pilot her for at least a moment or two. So I will take over for just a little bit there.
The forbidden Richard from accounting.
Listen, we don't talk about the forbidden Richard from accounting. He's not allowed.
You mean the clown from our little thing?
We do not speak of the clown.
I think I'm missing something.
Context later. So, shall we get into the recap?
Yes.
When last we left off, you all were finally making your way across Cormundum to get to landfall. Along the way, you were told of some of the trials and conflicts in one of the villages where a gnoll had been killed by someone, and that someone had gone into a set of runes and taken something. Thinking that he would be able to find something more within the ruins, Aurelius convinced the party to slip in and try and take a peek. Despite hearing that the people of this village consider the ruins to be sacred, he felt that the information would be worth enough for that. In doing so, they got themselves to be fighting a small pack of gnolls who apparently are sending in more after them, but have, as of yet, not seen more than the initial pack. Getting yourselves into an area where you could then begin to traverse deeper in, you guys found a library filled with tomes, but also a state of decrepity that showed its age, showed its time-worn state. And while Artemis and Serenity were looking at some of the books on the ground level, in a higher level were Aurelius and Fidget, who, as they threw a piece of paper down to kind of catch their attention, Serenity looked up and saw that across Aurelius' shoulder was a stone sword held by an individual behind him. And as you turn around, the figure behind you looks like they literally stepped out of a mural. They look like they are literally painted as a person. And as they look you over, they slowly motion off to the side and state very clearly, if you wish to hold your weapons, please have your weapon bound so that it may be properly kept from violating any of the rules of the library.
Bound.
You follow where they're pointing, and there's an area that looks like it's just completely destroyed. There's nothing where they are pointing. And as they look over to that, there's a moment of kind of almost not processing, more of a deadpan look. Not like the deadpan of, are you serious? The deadpan of, there's no emotion, nothing is coming across as it just looks that way, then looks to you, and the librarian is out at the moment. It appears that there's no one there to peace bond your weapons. We ask that you please do remember to keep your blades sheathed while within the library. Drawing blades and steel will result in painting.
I'm going to slowly move to and I'm doing this to make sure that, I don't startle whatever it is, to turn to look to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, would I recognize this in any capacity at all?
Make a history check, actually.
Wow, a history check. First roll of the day. Oh my god! That's
nice.
It's not exact. If anything, this is more articulate, more clean. Is a very weird way to think of it, but this is a very clean, very smooth version of what some of the paladin orders have outside of their institutions. Is some of them actually will have stone golems, where people who were of great importance would be carved into stone and then made to be animated to defend the different institutions that are there in case of emergency.
Okay.
This is way more sleek than any stone golem you've seen.
But I could come to the conclusion that it's a similar premise, at least.
Similar premise, yes.
Okay.
Can
So,
Artemis look up at the thing and say, elaborate on painting, please.
I think he means painting with the color of red.
You say that, and they take a step over, and they motion to the wall. And on the wall, you had kind of noticed, there's bits that are, rubble and whatnot, but there are also a few bits that are still intact. And on the wall, there are a few paintings that look to be, people behind bars. Prisoners. Or people, putting their hands on the wall like they're stuck in it. Oh. Very not library-like. Not a peaceful look to these images.
Seeing that Fidget, her hand, makes a showing that her hands are empty and not even anywhere near her weapons.
We do hope you enjoy your time in the library. If you have any questions, feel free to speak it to the orator. And it takes a step back and steps into the wall and seems to ripple into it until it just seems to just formlessly become part of the wall.
Who's the orator?
Where are we?
A library.
I mean,
Okay.
I got that bit, but how did we get here?
Portal?
Yeah,
You
Paul.
say that so nonchalantly, like I'm gonna understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so
This is not the weirdest thing that has happened to us.
You know what? This is true. Are there stairs nearby so Fidget
Yes.
can head down to the second?
Surprisingly
She just kind of
undestroyed.
Huh?
Surprisingly
okay.
undestroyed, as in you can actually go down and they're they show you kind of the majesty of what this place was before.
He kind of does that skip hop down the stairs.
At a time, yeah.
Does this room look like it's been disturbed recently?
Make a I'll say make a survival check.
Survival. Where did I? There. I did it. Damn. Damn, this place sure has some things in it.
You look it over, and there's so much destruction that has happened in it that you're uncertain about what all you would be able to determine is missing. As you are looking over, though, you do note that there's a sphere on a table on the other side of some rubble that Artemis and Serenity are near, and Fidget is approaching them, so it'll be something that they would eventually be near as well. That they currently wouldn't be able to see, but is kind of like pulsing lightly.
I'm gonna... Aurelius is gonna slowly...
It's down the bottom floor, so you'd have to go down the stairs to get to it.
I'll just vault down.
Okay. You just vault down?
He's jumping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
you know when you jump and you don't know how high you are until you've already jumped?
So I've done training in parkour. Of course I know this feeling.
9 points of damage.
Oh, your glinkles. Your glinkles. Ow.
Can I...
Yeah. Can you?
Can I roll like a dex or an acrobatics to like limit the damage at least?
I'll say you can attempt to. Go ahead.
All right. I'm just gonna do dex acrobatics. All right. Cool.
Okay. With a 17, I'll say that you reduce the damage by 3.
All right. Damn it! You made me lose my 69 health. This is a travesty.
I know, right? I'm sorry.
Once at the bottom, would Fidget notice the slightly pulsating thing?
Well, even if you didn't, Aurelius is going to gesture to you guys and say,
"Yeah."
Is that meant to be doing that?
In which
Fidget's
case,
full attention is on it.
Yeah, you go around some of the rubble and you will see, again, on a slightly destroyed table is a pulsating orb. Getting closer to it, this orb is made out of some kind of crystal, but it doesn't have like those like ridges of like some gemstones. It's the one where it's been like polished smooth like a bowling ball.
Hey,
Fidget
Artie.
is while you're doing that, Fidget's not even the pulsing's interesting her, and her hand is already stretched out towards it.
Okay.
Don't touch anything.
I haven't touched it.
I know.
Mom, I haven't touched anything, okay?
Hey, Mom, the glowing orb thing is disturbing, and I don't like it. Can you look at it, please? Thank you.
I'm so sorry, Kendall.
Did you just call me Mom?
Both of them did.
No?
Why?
Because you're acting like I'm a little kid. I was just looking, and sometimes you can.
Your
feel
hand was
something.
reaching out to touch it. You see with your eyes. Oh, fuck, I am a mom.
Velinor is covering their mouth, trying not to laugh with Serenity.
All I was doing was seeing if there was some. If I got a little closer, I could feel something without actually touching the thing.
Deception? I didn't call you Mom.
I'll say don't roll anything. I'll let that be between. Yeah, I didn't call you Mom.
I don't know about that 17 passive insight. You think you can beat that?
With a natural 1? No.
It's like it's literally like a child trying to lie to his mother.
With his hand already in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
I'm not taking the cookies.
Okay, let me what What am I looking at? Artemis just kind of slowly, like hesitantly puts the book she was looking at down.
Uh-huh.
With Fidget's hand out, is she feeling anything in the area?
No.
Oh, she'll pull her hand back going, see, didn't touch. Also didn't feel anything, so magic people, go ahead, look.
Okay.
Don't be suspicious.
Alright, so
Don't.
what the fuck are y'all doing now?
I don't know
Orb.
what Comp's talking about. I'm not being
Okay,
suspicious at all.
Artemis is approaching the orb to get a better look at it.
Yeah. Visually, it's a smooth crystal. There's a variety of different purposes something like this could have.
I'm
Okay.
gonna do an Arcana check based on my own character's background.
Okay.
I would also like to do an Arcana check.
You may.
Can I just for fun? I want to see what Fidget gets.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! You know everything about it.
I got a 1 and then a 20.
Feast or famine.
I'm nice and mid-ground. I know it's magic.
Honestly, knowing it's magic is honestly helpful here. You don't know what kind of magic or what sort of attributes it has, but the fact that it is magic is actually very helpful.
You're just like, that shit, it glow. That mean magic.
Okay, she's not that stupid, okay?
Well, with a 10.
with a 10,
normal!
yeah, that's average. It's more like, okay, it's glowing and it does something. Anyone got any ideas? Artemis, the coloration of the stone, you would guess based off of a little bit of knowledge regarding how light actually is a product of magic at times. This has probably got some manner of either... No, it would have to be divination magic. You're almost certain of that. Aurelius, you've seen similar light, especially with the clergy. The clergy casts a lot of spells that have a similar light to this. Divination magic. Hold on, this is divination magic and you were told to ask questions to... This is the orator! That's gotta be it.
You see Aurelius's eyes kind of widen. And he looks over to Artemis and he just kind of quietly says, "It's a sentient orb. It knows things."
I think the term is crystal ball.
That is the technical term, I'm pretty sure. But more importantly, it is the... what did the golem say? I forget the word.
The orator?
The arbiter, yeah, that's...
Right.
I'm the dumb
He kind
one.
of approaches the orb, waves a little bit. Hello.
What were you saying, Mary?
I just said an I'm the dumb one.
Aurelius is very much doing
We're
that.
not making those jokes anymore. Stop calling her dumb.
Good.
Boo. No.
Go to jail.
Do not pass go.
But collect $200.
And then
you,
probably give it to me.
you say hello. Nothing happens.
Okay.
She's gonna touch it.
Okay, you touch it, and there's a kind of a and almost a pulsing. You know, like when you see something touched in a movie and it pulses light that goes over the entire room. That wave of light over everything, like it's scanning stuff. That's what happens.
Ooh.
What did you read from me? She's staring, utterly fascinated at the orb.
You ask that, and a voice permeates all throughout the room. at least in this localized area. I have not done any reading upon you. I am simply searching the room for what has been taken out in the last 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years.
Whoa, slow down. Can you limit that to the last couple of weeks?
Yes.
Okay. So, what is missing?
A book on the Beastlands.
Beastlands.
What are the Beastlands?
Can I recall anything about that? Does that sound familiar?
That's not super familiar to you. You ask what the Beastlands are, and the orator replies, "The Beastlands are a plane created by one of the ancients, supposedly one of the great hunting grounds for many people to go to. It is a place considered to be greatly dangerous to attempt to go to for too long, as doing so may involve you becoming one of the creatures, either hunting or being hunted. We have more books on it on aisle 9. And there's a path that actually shows up, like a wayfinder where it like has the path on the ground. It goes to one of the aisles. It's half destroyed, but it goes that way.
Aurelius is following that.
All right. You follow it, and there's... it doesn't have all of the books highlighted, but 2 of them are glowing.
Any of them in languages I can read?
One of them is in Common. The other one is in Draconic.
Yes. Dracoman. Yeah, so obviously I'm getting the one in Common. I don't speak Drake.
Dragon.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go through that and see what I can figure out from that.
As you take the book out, you do hear the orator call. "If you would like to take the book out and use for your own purposes, please deposit 1 gold coin. We would like to have it back in the next... Librarian unavailable. Please report to the librarian when you are able."
I don't think I'm gonna take it out. I have a pictographic memory. He doesn't at all. He's just, refusing to take it out. So, what would I roll to figure out what is relevant?
I would say to figure out what is relevant, you would need more time. It's one of those things where, looking through it, there is actually a number of pictures that are associated with it, but figuring out anything of relevance that might catch your eye, unfortunately, not at a cursory glance. So taking it out might actually be...
Can I take a look at it, since I have the, I'm not sure if my, prodigy feat comes into play here. I imagine it helps her read faster.
It would help you read faster. It would still take time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, despite everything, to find what is relevant... you can read the information, but to know what is relevant is a slightly different matter.
I think Fidget could read this one. It has pictures.
It's true.
You're very lucky that there's no weapons allowed in the library.
Yeah, maybe no weapons, but they didn't say anything about a little baby fisticuffs.
Don't try me right now, Aurelius, okay? We're trying to figure out what's going on and you're not helping.
Yes, I am. I found the book.
Then finish what you're doing with the book.
Finish what I'm doing. Oh, whatever. Fuck you.
Aurelius is so sassy today.
I woke up and chose violence after the
Yeah, you
fucking
did.
call
What the hell, man?
Artemis looks between the two of them, looking at the book, and is like, she's gonna look through the rest of the aisle to see if there's anything like else like that's. She's gonna keep following like the trail of destruction.
The aisle that this book is actually in, as you kind of look it over, I will say make an investigation check, just real quick.
All of us, or just
Her. She's specifically looking.
Hello.
You've shown up. We missed you. What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
You know what time we start at?
I got busy cooking, and then
Oh.
I got sucked into a game because I thought that I had time, and then I looked, and I'm like, why do I have 6 notifications of someone saying my name? It's
You
like,
look at the time before you started.
Yeah.
it's the first time I did a meal with my fiance, so I kind of got a little bit lost in the sauce.
Was your fiance gaming with you?
No, it's
Oh, then he still gets heals if we Overwatch later.
okay.
Yeah. Anyways, with a 23 investigation check. Hold on. Pause real quick. Catching you up. Hi. Hey, Pears. Catching you up real quick. The entity that had the sword on Aurelia's shoulder. Remember that?
Kinda, yeah.
It asked them to, quote, peace bond their weapons. Effectively, to tie them so that they couldn't draw their weapons in the library. Stating that if weapons are drawn in the library, that they will be made to painting.
Ah,
And showed a wall of possibly people who are currently now in the wall.
lovely.
Yes, it did state also that if you needed any help to ask the Orator, which the group found, and in doing so have found that the most recent book that was removed from here in the last few weeks was a book about the Beastlands. Zark has already found two books on it, one in Draconic, one in Common. He is looking through the Common book, and getting to Artemis now. Artemis, there is 2 other books in this aisle that catch your attention. One of them is the one in Draconic about the Beastlands. The other one is a book about... effectively, it is theoretical planar discussion. Introductory guide to planar ideologies and such.
Do I know what planar ideologies are?
Based off of just you being an artificer, I'd say not as much as a wizard might, but you are part wizard, so you know a little bit.
What do I know?
Effectively, that there is energy between the different planes that constantly cycle between each other, which help to both tie them together as well as to make it so that there are points to move between them, such as when you went into the Feywild. That is a different plane, but it's technically parallel to or on top of or underneath, depending on how you describe it, of another plane.
So I'd be able to conclude that whoever came in here and destroyed shit was looking to
Vandalize.
make a way of travel between the plane of monsters and this one?
Very possible, yes. It would be a reasonable assumption.
Can I look through the planner book and see if there were any specific pages that were flipped to, or like that might have been a little messed up to indicate that they were looked at a little too closely?
I'd say just with your passive, just as a reference point, as you quickly look through, none of them were looked at much. There is one that is like dog-eared that you kind of just gently straighten out, and as you look at the pages to see if there's anything about it, it does have a bit discussing how, just really quickly, it mentions one of the difficulties of pinpointing the Beastlands area is that they theorize that the portals to the Beastland move.
With
Artemis will voice that.
Hold on. What was that, Aurelius?
Well, you know what? As she voiced that,
Yep.
Aurelius will want to look at whatever book that they found.
All right. So you're peeking at that too. Fidget and Serenity. And what are you two doing with Eleanor?
Fidget is very much out of place at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So.
They're just gonna like thumb wrestle in the corner.
Really did.
Serenity?
At least you have thumbs.
Oof.
You brought that on yourself.
Paris.
I said nothing.
What?
I said nothing.
I didn't hear what you said.
No,
Nothing.
I mean like in regards to the jokes that was just made. I was like, I'm saying nothing.
Good. I asked you what you're doing.
I really don't. Okay, so I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I might need a bit of a little reminder of what has happened this far, because it's been a while.
You're in the ruins. You ran away from gnolls after, beating a few back. You got into an area that led you to the library and have been looking at a few books.
Okay.
You've been now looking at more books.
Because we're nerds.
Why are we here again?
Because Aurelius wanted to look and try and find where the bugbear that you guys had encountered back at the crossing might have been looking for.
Ah, okay.
Which, technically speaking, he has found what they were looking for.
Remind me if I'm wrong on this. Didn't the gnolls seem just a little bit off to us?
There are different types of... Not types of gnolls. There are gnolls that are not under the influence of Yenogu. The difference being is that anyone who worships and falls in line under Yenogu has teeth that grow out of their bottom jaw through their skin at times. And these ones had that.
I know what I wanted to look up. Sorry, I'm a little bit
You're frazzled.
spastic.
Yeah.
If I can, I would like to see if I can find anything in the library on either Yenogu, evil hyena demon, or God, what the fuck is her name? Zugtamoy? I think it's her name?
Mm-hmm.
The Lady of the Fungus.
Gotcha.
Because she's still kind of stuck on the whole giving pieces of Aurelius to the bride shit.
Do you want to know why we're looking at these books specifically? Because there was a lot of destruction in the path, and there was only one book that was actually taken from the library, allegedly, according to the Oracle.
Only one.
And that's why we're looking at these two books.
Yep. Do you ask about those? Paris.
I am... Sorry.
Paris first.
Yeah, that's probably also something I would like to see.
So do you voice the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm frazzled and lost. It's been so long.
You're fine. The orator glows for a moment and says, after a couple seconds, knowledge regarding these individuals has been limited. You must speak to the librarian. Please hold. The librarian is not in right now. Please seek the librarian to find more information. Effectively, you won't be able to find the information because there's no librarian.
Ah.
What happened to the librarian?
Aurelius looks around. I think it's pretty obvious.
There's kind of
Not
pulsing.
really.
The librarian expired 529 years ago.
Oh my.
How?
They were frozen to death.
What?
By
How?
what?
Apocalyptic event.
How did an apocalyptic event come through your library?
Uncertain. I am not privy to these details. If you have information, please insert information into, and there's like a hand print that suddenly forms on the orb, like an indentation for it.
Does Aurelius know anything
Not
of
a
the
goddamn
calamity?
thing.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like,
No
does
one
Aurelius know
knows.
anything about a calamity that happened like fucking 500 years ago?
No one knows.
That
Serenity?
caused
Yeah.
that caused the beginning of Breath of the Wild.
Artemis is kind of curious, so she's gonna step forward and see what happens when she puts her hand in the indent.
I
Serenity
already
did
put
so
the
first.
thing in it.
Yep. So as you're kind of like watching, and then Serenity does it, and it glows, and you don't feel pain or anything like that. You kind of feel like a probing in your head, and after a couple seconds, you hear, "Hey, I did not give consent to the. Stop it! Stop it!"
I pick up the orb.
You can't pick it up and move it. It's just you're touching it, and then when you try and touch it to move it, it does not move where you want it to go. It stays where it is.
Oh my, you're clearly sentient.
Yes.
Well, okay, so I understand sentience in terms of existence. I didn't think that it was sentient enough to curse me.
It's cursing you?
No, not like no, not like a curse as in like bad curse. I mean curse as in the word fuck.
Ah, yes, that is my favorite curse.
You mean
Fuck.
the oracle started cursing in your head?
He said no touch down.
No, you daft bitch! It's me.
Oh, it's Victus. Oh.
It was in my head. I didn't give consent.
She continues. She starts the thing. Never mind. It's Victus being a bitch.
Aurelius just
right.
is whispering in the corner different variations of fuck in all the languages he can think of.
He's being...
How many does he know, Todd? How many?
Not my problem.
Not my problem.
Artemis would like to step forward and put her hand in the indent once.
After you finish Serenity, it turns and it lets you do it as well. And again, it's like a gentle probing, but not like an invasive. It's like just gently like trying to sort out information, just real quick. And after about a minute, you feel the invasion kind of pull away, and the indentation pushes itself out, and it goes, so the blood war continues on. That is good information to know.
Blood war?
Of course. The blood war is a war between the beings of the hells and the abyss. It is a continual, ever-cycling war that it continues throughout all of existence, so far as we have recorded it.
Straight up thought you said the beans of the war. I'm like, damn.
Aurelius kind of sighs. He's heard all this before.
New information.
Is there anything that a paladin wouldn't know about such a war?
I would need to know the scope of your knowledge before I could answer such a question.
My knowledge?
Yes. In order to access what you want to know, I'd need to know the scope of what you know already. However, there is no librarian to pull up further information regarding this. This text has been sealed away. You may not access this without the librarian's permission. Please speak to the librarian to discuss this further.
Aurelius will approach the orb, and he's going to generate some of his abyssal energy around his hand as he touches the orb to see if it has a reaction or a response.
After a couple seconds,
giving his knowledge, as well as whatever this other thing might be.
Right. It sinks.
So we're all touching it now?
Apparently.
I got told not to.
Look, I'm not making the rules here. You want to touch it next?
Yeah, let him do his thing, though.
Yeah, of course. Velenor's just like watching, like, I'm not touching it.
Velenor's like... Artemis has wandered away at this point, and
All right.
And it's gone back looking at the books.
Fair enough. You touch it, and
Still there.
yeah, of course. You touch it, and the information kind of feels like it's again being poked at, and there's like a bit of, almost like an extra bit of poking, like it's trying to figure something out before it pulls back and pushes your hand back off it. Fascinating.
So, can you tell me any more?
Without the assistance of the librarian, I am unable to access the further depths of knowledge that you wish to speak into.
What to do if the librarian is passed on and there is not a replacement?
Seal the library until such a time that someone can come of a reasonable stature and status to replace the librarian. None of you are available for such a task.
And if there's no one available?
The sealing protocols on the library are currently destroyed. We will have to fix that. Beginning repair process.
Fidget's gonna go up to the orb now since everyone's touching it and do it herself.
I started troubleshooting and it just got stuck in the fucking never-ending loop. Oh, fuck!
Fingers sink into it, and you, again, have that kind of probing sensation. Make an intelligence save.
An intelligence save?
Yes.
Come on.
4.
Ooh. Well, this will be fun, just not for you.
As it probes, it's interesting. It's fascinating, even. Because as it probes and pushes into it, you have flashes, images, and sounds, memories. And one of the memories is a tune.
Oh no.
And the tune immediately calms you down.
You all watch as Fidget almost goes slack where she is standing.
She looks like she's about to fall. I'll try and catch her.
No, just completely slack, almost like if you were inside her head or anything, you just heard the static noise.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll insight on her?
I'd say roll medicine check.
Okay.
Can I roll that as well, even though I'm not
I
proficient?
got a 23.
Holy shit!
Let her work.
Okay. Let her cook.
You let her cook. You hear Serenity kind of fussing over her, and you kind of peek around. And as you see her go slack, you have a slight recollection from Donziel.
Does this look like programming?
It looks like conditioning.
Ah, fuck.
It's in this case, it is a conditioning to pulsate, which is one of the less dangerous sort, but at the same time very much something that is bad, because it implies that there is an insight that should also be in them, which implies that Fidget has that.
Get her hand off of that.
I will remove her hand.
You would also know that nothing happened to trigger it, which means that the orb didn't do anything to her. Something else triggered it.
Hold
I'm
on
gonna take a while.
Just a minute.
Can you say that again, Arvis? You got it cut out there.
I think she had to go do something real fast.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say I didn't hear the music.
No.
It was all in her head.
All in her head.
Okay.
Yep.
And even with the removal of her hand, she's still slack.
And she will be for a short time.
You want me to roll like something to see how long she's slack?
D4.
I was gonna ask if I could just smack her.
Let's not continue to hit Fidget.
Yes.
That has had bad results before.
Yes. Only a minute. Also,
Okay.
I was going to tell Paris the thing, but you've returned, so I'll wait on that.
I'm scared.
Oh no, it's not on you. It's a funny thing for Artemis.
That doesn't mean I'm not scared.
What's the funny thing?
The funny thing, which was the two of them both going, "Geez, Mom."
Yeah, we called Aurelius and Fidget back to back called
Artemis mom.
Artemis
Because she was doing that. Now, kids, don't touch anything, sort of thing.
Listen!
I mean, considering that literally the first thing that you touch put you into a placated, almost out state, I don't think she was wrong.
Being fair,
Dude, that's
she had.
the actual mom
Yeah.
character.
Hey, ass miss.
In Aurelius's defense, he only did it because he was being cheeky because Fidget did it.
I apologize for nothing.
Good.
But yeah,
Artemis
Fidget
will
is
kind of
out of it.
Yep.
walk over to Fidget and kind of cup her face, give her cheeks a couple of taps, not like slapping her or like doing any harm.
You
But-
see nothing behind her eyes.
For a minute.
All right. Can I kind of tilt her head and pull one of her eyelids back to see if there's any pupil dilation? Can this go with my medicine check?
Yeah, with the medicine check, it happens, and it is. It takes a little bit for it to refocus. It's like someone's like looking at something far away, and there's like a light that should be shined in their eyes, but it's not there. But as it refocuses, you can see her kind of like slowly kind of shifting her weight back forward where she should be, almost as though she was dazed.
Yay.
Fidget,
What I miss?
you went slack. It looked like you were in a trance.
Sorry. The orator responds, "You had a reaction. This reaction appears to be something that was unintended. My apologies. If you would like to speak with the librarian, you may find them at the librarian is not," and it goes through the same sort of thing again.
Fidget just kind of rubs at her forehead, going, I have a feeling I've done that before. I just don't remember when.
Have you
Her
ever
accent's
been?
gone, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever been under hypnosis?
I don't remember.
Is there
Sounds
like
about right.
a verbal or a physical, like facial reaction to her being asked that?
Not specifically.
She looks at you actually confused.
She, at the very least, she seems to believe and be very affirmed in the idea that she has not been under any kind of hypnosis.
Okay.
That's
Did I do
Fidget.
anything?
you didn't do anything, but
Okay.
do you know of any conditioning you might be under?
In what way?
Having a trigger that can make you do something without you realizing you did it.
I just heard music and then I'm here.
Music.
You heard music. Where was it from?
I don't... Home? They played it in the tavern a lot. Huh?
Fidgets.
Yes?
What happened to your accent?
I don't have it?
No.
Huh. What happened?
Well, apparently you heard music and then you were suddenly placated as if you were a sheep suckling from its mother's teat.
Huh. This room's pretty.
Oh boy.
It seems like it might be some kind of placating reset button.
You're saying words I don't understand.
I don't either. This is beyond
Reset.
my understanding.
Button.
I do understand the word reset.
I know that. That's why I didn't replace it.
Thank you.
What do you think we are right now?
We're in a library.
What was the last thing you remember before you touched the orb?
Everybody was touching the orb, and then I wanted to touch the orb because Artemis said I couldn't, but everybody did anyways, so I wanted to see what would happen.
My memory is accurate.
Yeah, it just seems like it affected you specifically. Artemis is gonna look at the orb again.
It's really pretty music. I've always liked music.
Oh?
Explains why you like the bard.
Oh, I should probably talk to Maxim once we get out of here.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
We weren't supposed to come in here, according to him.
Yeah, well, we don't have to tell him, do we?
I
Aurelius
already
says
told
as he...
that we were coming in here.
Aurelius kind of slowly looks over. You see him do the ice squint thing.
Maxim
And
and I
then
talk
he...
a lot.
You didn't have to tell him about, us trespassing on sacred ground.
No, thank you, Nika.
Honestly, it's not the worst thing I've done that he knows of, so you know.
Even still...
Is it just...
Artemis is gonna go over to the orb and put her hand on it. What did you do? Orator.
I replayed memories in order to ensure that the imagery and memory was sufficient for the acquisition of knowledge.
Was it?
For the previous members, yes. For the most recent one, there was a block that happened. I am unable to go past 3 years ago.
Didn't she mention something about someone messing with her memory?
It's not uncommon when you're in organizations like the one she's in.
There's also spells like modify memory. So it's not completely impossible.
I wasn't around a lot of like the magic people. It
Not
was
that you
a
know of.
lot of physical.
Fidget,
Huh?
do you think that these magical people would let you remember them?
Probably not. Now that I think about it.
Man, she seemed kinda more...
She's placated by that song. I've seen it done before in Danziel.
I wonder how long it'll last.
It depends on the song, it depends on the person, depends on the programming, it depends on the person that put in the programming.
Hey Artie, can I look at that book with all the portals?
Yeah, I think I put it back on the shelf.
Alright, cool.
Do you think if I touch it again, it'll change it?
No. It'll probably make it worse.
Or at least reset it.
Actually, I don't think... She looks at the orb. Are you going to replay that memory again?
Do you require me to circumvent that memory?
I require you to be able to... If there's an on switch for that, there's an off switch. Are you able to find the memory that will return her to her normal state?
Potentially.
Should I try?
It will require you to circumvent the memory to that will exacerbate the problem.
So no more music?
No more of that music.
Okay.
I will avoid music. Understood.
Avoid that specific song.
Fidget will move over and put her hand on the orb again. Very much in almost a dream state, as she does.
Pokes into your head. Goes through. And there's a kind of moment of like a shock back to your system of awareness back to being more aware of everything around you. Not a
What
physical.
was that? What the what was I doing?
There we
You
go.
were very soft and very gentle, and it was very weird, and I didn't like it.
So what you're saying is that you actually like me like this?
Yes!
I mean, it's the real you, so yeah.
I mean,
totally.
we like you, and it's kind of disorienting for you to be like that. Also,
Huh?
I don't like that you have programming in your brain that is correlated with music.
I mean, I don't understand why it happened.
You're a soldier, right?
That's one way to put it, yeah.
They used you as a tool and occasionally pushed a button to make you do things whether you wanted to or not. And you probably don't remember doing it.
That was gonna be my next question. Probably. I mean,
Danziel does things very similar.
I was important for the collective, you know?
You are important in general. They used you like a very sharp and practiced tool.
Well, I mean, in Corvin, there ain't much else to do but farm or what I did.
I understand why you did what you did. You do not need to explain yourself to me. I'm angry that they did this to you.
To be fair, I don't know exactly the extent of what they did to me.
Do you know what brainwashing is?
No.
Brain what?
Oracle, please explain what brainwashing is.
Brainwashing. The act of... Well, I'm actually going to pull up the actual dictionary version of that because I'm not going to...
Webster!
Brainwashing.
Artemis is getting angry. If she has to explain what brainwashing is, she's going to break something.
Yes. The process of pressuring someone into adopting radically different beliefs by using systematic and often forcible means.
Oh, so that's what the order did.
Oh god, they're both brainwashed. Oh, they're all brainwashed. Oh no.
I'm going to roll something because I want to see if I can handle this. Do. Nope.
Lord.
Fidget. It's not the same unresponsive that placated her. It is very much. You can almost see that the exact second an anxiety attack washes over her.
Oh boy.
You guys give her a bit of space. Try and give her your presence to help comfort her, as she very clearly is having a panic attack. After about a minute or two, you can't really tell the time, Fidget. There's a cold kind of spreads from your chest.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't affect you. Not outright, but it is something that you can focus on. A familiar presence. Not doing anything harmful. Just a presence that seems to be, at the very least, trying to help you focus.
Going to file that away for another time. Make another one.
Make a wisdom save. At advantage.
A wisdom. At advantage. Doesn't matter, got the same thing twice.
Nice. You were able to, at the very least, collect yourself for the moment. You can kind of take the panic attack later.
Hold on, why did it do that?
Huh.
This shows 19.
But it's not real funny.
Yeah, I rolled an 11. It added something.
What's your wisdom mod?
It is a 3.
Oh! Okay, so it rolled 2d20, and then it did the 8 plus 8, because you rolled 2 8s, and then plus your wisdom.
Ah. It says 19.
So it added...
I'll work with that later. We'll say there's consequences later.
I'm like, I don't know what happened, but okay.
Yeah, I don't either, but not worried about that too much yet. We'll get there when we get there.
How do I go about taking a book out?
If you wish to take a book out, simply deposit 1 gold coin. You'll be able to have it for an amount of time given by the librarian. Please ask the librarian. The librarian is not does the thing again, but there's like a little part on the table where you can put down a gold coin.
Does Aurelia see a skeleton anywhere?
Nope. Which
Damn
is,
it.
if you were expecting all this rubble to have people here, there is no bodies.
Damn it, I can't put...
You want to put it in a skeleton's hand?
I was gonna say he was gonna ask the skeleton if he could take it out, but there's no skeletons.
Yeah.
So instead he's gonna, like, sigh because he couldn't do his funny joke. And he's gonna give... Does he have any gold coins on him? That's actually pretty important. Oh yeah, he has plenty. He'll be fine.
Fidget paid for your last thing, so...
Yeah, he has plenty.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna go ahead and sacrifice a whole ass coin. Oh, wow. Alright.
You put it in and you hear a little ka-chunk. Thank you for your patronage. We appreciate your service in making sure that the library remains as one of the hallmarks of this great capital of Cormundum.
What?
Cormundum. I'm gonna assume it's an ancient name for Cormundum.
It could also be like how the AI is when they speak on like GPS where it cannot pronounce the names correctly.
It's very... Is this voice coming anywhere specific, or is it just like...
The orb.
Okay, sorry. She'll go to the orb. Where exactly is Cormundum?
Here. You are
On a map.
standing in Cormundum. If you're looking for a map, there is a map, and there's like a line that goes, and it goes, kind of like stops and goes away. It appears that all of our maps were destroyed in the Great Cataclysm. We apologize for this inconvenience. If you wish to bring this up with the librarian, you can, and it goes into the librarian missing bit again.
This is probably going to be like just a repeat thing, and I'm sorry if it is. What two countries are Cormundum between?
Oh no, he had to tab out.
Hold on. You're asking what countries it's between?
Mm-hmm.
Pull it up here. Where is it? Now I have to scour my notes. I was expecting the correct question to be asked. Damn it.
The correct question!
Yeah, no, that is the correct question to be asking.
I'll show you a correct question.
You absolute goober of a man.
Artemis is still watching Fidget very carefully.
Understandably.
If anything, she looks pissed.
Well, that's
Understandably.
normal. But that's...
I mean, you're not wrong.
But she's happy she's emoting and not panic attacking.
It's something. It is.
Now I'm just imagining Fidget doing like a dance emote.
He's doing the idle dance emote from Fortnite.
All I could
But
think was just
it has an angry face emoji on it.
Yeah.
all I could think was just like hit that gritty for fucking god damn it.
Really?
It is between.
That'd be a new one.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It is between Focia, Okiados, and Vono.
Alright, I have some history training. Do I know any of those names, Don?
Roll a history check.
I was
Can I
gonna
roll
say-
one too?
You may, yes.
would I recognize these as ancient names of countries?
You would not
Nope.
immediately. You can roll a history check.
I do not know anything.
Even a nat one's still higher than what I rolled.
All right,
But you got Aurelius.
Tell you what, we're going to get back to the history lesson. I'm going to say we're going to take 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Get a drink of water, get a snack, use the restroom. Because I always forget about breaks. I do apologize about that. But just a very quick break. Make sure you're all taking care of yourselves. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Sound good, everyone?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna quickly drop out to go get like a few things from the shops. So take as much time as you need.
Yeah, like I said.
I won't be long. It'll be like 15 minutes tops.
Okay. Should I do your history thing before we do that?
Nah.
It's probably
look,
best if you're doing 15 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, sure.
All right, we'll do it after I do this quick bit, which you don't know 2 of the names. However, Vono is actually a name that has come up a few times in the area you are from, as you are from an area closer to the mountainous north. It is supposedly the name of Sayaske's mountain. The mountain up. Let me actually pull you guys over back to the main map, so you can see this. Sayaski up here. That mountain is supposedly called Mount Vono. For everyone who is on Twitch, I apologize. It is up where you can see Sayaski right above the word Cormundum. There is actually a mountain there. And that is apparently Mount Vono. However, this is implying that Vono used to be a country, not just a mountain, which would imply that the name was kind of pushed back inward until it was just the mountain that was remembered by that name.
Okay.
That is what you know.
I'll ask my questions about it later.
Sounds
Because
good.
I do have several questions, because historian brain is now going wild.
Of course. And now we will take the quick 5 minutes to take care of ourselves. All right?
All right.
So,
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just continue without me. I'll be listening in.
no worries. I will hit the we'll be right back, and we will be back shortly. All right, bringing us back around. Are we all back?
Yep. I mean, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 I'm alive!
You wanna live?
We live, kinda, sorta, day by day.
Yes. Yes. That is the answer to your question.
Serenity does like the fucking dog thing where they tilt their head because they are confused.
Accurate.
Oh yeah, I realize. Fairies are consistently hidden. The only one who would know this is Artemis. Serenity does have slightly pointed ears. It's not nearly the same as Artemis, but they do have a point.
Artemis clocks it. Does not comment.
Fidget is too much in her own world at the moment.
I kind of figured, since she's kind of in the corner freaking the absolute fuck out.
There are
She's
other things we are worried about that are more priority than your ears.
I'm just saying this, what the fuck?
Is there an area away from everybody that Fidget can just go and sit by herself for a moment?
Slightly off to the side, yeah.
Then she's going to go off on her own. Not, like, leave the group, but just go off and sit down, even if it's on the floor.
That would work.
Serenity, like, walks past her and just, like, put her cloak on her lap, but I'm going to continue to see if I can find any information on Zuktamoi.
Again, if you're trying to ask about Zuktamoi, that is a...
is that blocked knowledge?
The librarian is not here.
Can I look personally? Or the trickerous fucking security system.
You would guess based off of that there's probably like a secure area where you would be supposed to go to them to be led into it. One second here. Meaning that without knowledge of how to get into it, that would probably take a while. And one of the things that they did mention is that they were rebooting what's supposed to be a lockdown of the library.
We should probably leave.
Probably not a bad idea.
So we're going?
Sounds like it.
As you are doing so, you do hear the sound of something entering the area. A sharp
Oh, not the spiders.
And the scraping of nails on the floor.
Oh, dear God.
We should, like, go in, like, now.
Yeah.
Y'all want to try to be stealthy again? That didn't work too well earlier, but, I mean, we could try again.
I was perfectly stealthy.
I was talking to the others.
Oh, okay.
I would like to be stealthy. Yes.
Trish pouting.
You were too worried about me saying I went in work mode. That seemed to confuse you.
Velinor, when he hears stealthy, casts Pass Without Trace.
So
Oh, you
plus
beautiful
10
man.
for stealth. So everyone roll stealth?
Everyone roll stealth.
I needed that because I just rolled really low.
Let's see how bad this gets.
So I got a 19 at least. We both got 19. And
Serenity.
it's
Serenity has said time and time again, I am not built for quiet.
Fidget is still distressed, so her having that low of a roll kind of makes sense.
Peruse?
Huh?
Huh?
I am Dexterous.
Yes.
So am I, but I rolled a 2.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck you, Kindle. If I said I loved you today.
Dexterous.
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 As I will be anticipating Aurelius's stealth as well. While the rest of you are starting to stealth away, you will be able to get to a point where you can kind of like peek around a corner to see what's going on. As you do see that there are several gnolls who are entering the library. One of them looks to be a larger, far more imposing figure who, as they look around, you see them scowling and looking around. And then after a couple seconds, they reach over and they like slam their weapon into the ground and leave it there. And as the others are kind of looking around, a few of them looking at the weapon, you hear it in common say, in a kind of, again, kind of lower jaw, distorted kind of way, "No violence in the library." And you hear one of them kind of like laugh, and he doesn't look to it. He doesn't like look to them. He just kind of like pauses and shakes his head, and then puts his nose to the air as though he's trying to sniff you all out. 5 plus 10, so Aurelius got a 15. The pass without trace really helped.
Yeah, because some of us are just bad. Artemis is like in another dimension. She is just gone.
Artemis just
She's like on top of one of the bookshelves.
She just cha-cha'd real smooth out of existence to the enemy. She's still here, it's just they don't know her at all.
Just imagining like a shot of the enemies in line, and you just see Artemis in the background just moonwalking past.
It's the comic thing where like a cartoon character's walking forward and another one's right behind, and when they turn around, they're just move with them, and then move with them, and just like, nah, I'm right here.
I'm a sneaky. I'm a sneaky.
Very sneaky.
I want to say that Fidget's distracted enough with her stealth, with her hand under her scarf on holding onto the pendant as they move.
Sounds about right. As you guys move to get towards the portal, you get to a point where you can very clearly see what is happening, but you're kind of pausing to make sure you don't get seen. As you see one of the gnolls who clearly didn't follow the instructions of their leader, like scraping their weapons against each other, trying to make noise to try and startle you out of hiding. And after a moment, you see coming out of the wall is that entity. And it gets surprised, and you hear it say, "Excuse me, please report to the desk in order to peace tie your weaponry." And it snarls and says something to them in Gnollish, and they say, "1 moment, processing." "Ah, I understand." And they speak back in Gnollish, and they kind of like look at them like, "What the fuck?" And they pull their arm back and try and slam their blade into the stone chest, and they do have their arms slam into it, and it's covered in like this clay, this liquid, not slime but something, as they look at their arm like confused, as it just kind of takes a step forward and just engulfs them. It takes maybe a few seconds before it takes another step back, and you can see it just being pulled into the wall, and just faintly you can see the image of a gnoll with holding weapons with a surprised, startled look stuck into the wall now. That is just a painted image.
Very quietly, Serenity just goes, "That is horrifying."
And that bigger gnoll grabs one of them by the neck and goes, "No violence in the library." You hear one of them go, "Kaval! How are we supposed to kill them? We scare them out of the library. Go!" By this point, you will be able to reach one of the exits and slip out.
Artemis is pulling out her sending stone. Do you call her favorite weasel? We found a library.
Just that?
Hello? Good day?
Yep.
We found a library that has been missing a librarian for 500 years.
There's a pause. And then, how do you know the librarian's been missing for 500 years specifically? That's a pretty... Where in the nine hells are you to know that?
Did we get a name of the place?
No.
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know where we were. We just we got out.
You're on the
It was a portal.
You know you're on the road
And then-
between Molten Hold and Landfall.
I'm on the road between Molten Holes and Landfall, but there was a portal after we stuck onto some holy ground kind of place because we were looking for something. She kind of looks over to Relius. And then we got cornered by some gnolls, and then we went into a wall, and then we were in a library. No violence in the library.
You went into one of the ruins?
Yes.
I'm aware that that is a place to find respite and hide away from things, but I have not heard of people who venture deeper into them and get out in one piece. Please get out of there in one piece. Please.
We are trying.
Good.
There are gnolls trying to kill us. I just figured that I would call you because you might know something about this place.
Why does she sound so excited about this?
Because she
Because
is.
she's excited.
Oh, my good lord.
Okay. If you can get out and not be seen by people, go to bed. I'll look into what I can find out about this. Don't let people see you, or you will never have a bed there again. They will bodily throw you out if they don't stab you. Some of the places that are near to villages, they will stab you for entering these grounds. Please be careful.
Okay. I will call you again once I get to my room. This is very interesting.
All right. So you guys head on back?
Mhm.
All right. As you guys traverse, Fidget slides away, taking a slightly different path, but not an unsafe one. As the rest of you continue out, you are able to get to a point because of the Pass Without Trace. And only because of Pass Without Trace. As you are exiting, you're able to actually slip around what appears to be a new batch of what you would presume to be guardsmen from the village who are checking in on the corpses of the guardsmen who had been stationed before. Guardsmen you had not seen when you initially came in, meaning that you probably had come during a changing of the guard and that the gnolls clearly did not care about. And with a bit of maneuvering, you were able to make your way back to your rooms. About 10 minutes later, there's a bell that rings, and you hear people, like someone just going around saying, "Lock your doors, stay inside! Lock your doors, stay inside!" You'd presume that to be in regards to the death of the guards. Also for notes, in case anyone wants them later, the gnoll name that was said is Keval. Fidget, there is you have your own room that you can go to, and it would be away from everyone. What would you like to do?
Bree is currently talking to Evictus because she's wondering why he has such a fucking vile reaction to her touching that orb.
It was poking around in my head. Clearly, I didn't want it poking around in my head.
Is that the first time that something's poked around in there?
Have I ever liked it?
Yes.
When did I like it?
Usually it's me.
You're allowed. You are given consent. Consent.
You never cease to surprise me when a devil like you is anything for consent.
Listen, I will do things to you that you didn't fully realize you consented to, but you'll have consented to it.
That sounds like coercion.
No, it's not coercion. It's bending the lines of what you've said.
So manipulation.
Yeah, little column A, little column B.
She seems like she wants to say something, but stops short, and then out of character, I remember he could just hear her thoughts anyway, so it's something along the lines of, that is very scummy.
Fair enough. Gotcha. Alright, so everyone else, just put a pin in comments for a moment. Fidget is wanting to have a scene here, so we are going to have that real quick. Alright?
Yeah, like I said, she's going up onto the roof, and if I need to make any check, I will roll for it.
Quick athletics check. Not a high DC. You are able to climb up onto the roof. You also hear the stay indoors and such, and you're like, I'll get there when I get there. I need to do this first.
Yeah.
And I imagine you wrap your fingers and hand around the grapevine.
Yep, and sits down, kind of in a shadowy area just in case somebody looks up, so it's harder to see her.
Of course.
And just goes, Maxim, are you up?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm up.
I woke you up, didn't I?
No, I was in the middle of reading.
You're not that good at being a liar, and you're a lawyer.
Why do you think I'm reading?
Something happened while we were in the ruins.
Right, you were in there. Bad things, good things, in between things.
Something happened to me. Apparently I wasn't myself. I was acting all soft.
Soft, like... gentle soft? Soft, like...
They said I was... they were using big words. Brainwashed came up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... when we got into the ruins, we had a little bit of a confrontation with some gnolls that didn't last very long because we were able to get out of there. And then we found like this magical door that took us to a library. And there was this orb thing that if you put your hand on it, it took the memories and was trying to like knowledge and stuff. And I put my hand on it. And I heard music.
You heard music.
I heard music, and then something happened to me. We haven't talked... Well, maybe we did, I don't know. We haven't talked much about what you know about what happened to me in Corvin.
Pieces.
Does any of this ring a bell to you? Because I've never... I don't remember anything like this happening before. Got to learn what brainwashing was today, and that wasn't fun, because apparently I've been brainwashed, and...
Huh.
Does any of this ring a bell?
There's a pause. A certain necessity of thought.
Mm.
And then a soft sigh.
That's not good for me, is it?
I don't know. It's not good for either of us because I don't know for sure.
Okay, I'll take whatever you say with like a grain of salt, I guess.
It's something I don't think is real, but you're proving me wrong. Not your fault, just...
Do I need to like brace for what you're about ready to tell me?
They brought in some people from Dunziel to Corvin.
Okay.
No one knows for what, and really, they didn't really interact with a lot of people. The collective did interact with them quite a bit. Nothing said about what they were there for, nothing said about what they did, just that they were being paid enough that they were able to do well for themselves.
Okay. I'm still confused.
I am too. Can I get back to you when I know more? I don't want to half-ass the truth here.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I don't want you to be more worried about something that might not be as major as I'm making it out to be.
Well, people from Danziel coming into Corvin and working with the collective, that's not exactly good as it is.
It could be worse. It could be one of Danziel's queen's lineage. Because if one of them came over, well, let's just say that means that the two of them would be getting together, and the last thing we need is for them to come together and push up on, make war on Cormundum again.
So, we want to hope for like the lighter side. Is there a lighter side?
We want to hope for the side where it's just a bunch of people who were sent from Dunziel to Corvin because they heard that they would get paid. Whatever it is that they did or are doing, we'll figure that out, but we'll figure that out. I'll figure that out. I'll take care of it.
Before I let you go back to your reading,
Yeah.
You hear stories, right?
Occasionally.
What have you, besides the bad, obviously? What have you? What's the recent stuff about Corvin? I miss home.
Another soft pause. There's still some conflicts, but it sounds like it's a very short civil war if it is, and probably will last only a few months at best. Apparently, there were already building blocks being knocked out from under people's feet without them noticing. It's not affecting trade, it's not affecting a whole lot. It's just some areas are having small war zones that rise up and fall very quickly. Corn's starting to come into season. It'll be harvested in a few months. I hear the potatoes kind of lacking right now, but the carrots are good. Whoa, say that again?
I asked about Dantes.
Yeah, apparently
No, you didn't. You turned into a robot. Holy shit.
It hyper speeded what you said. It was like, and I'm like, I don't know what she just said. What?
I don't
you
speak
win in the
that
crops.
language.
That,
Look, translate that into common, please.
ask the question again.
Has the name Dantes come across you lately?
That was the funniest shit ever.
I was not expecting that. Let's just take it. Oh, you're saying something? Let's just hyperspeed it.
Confused.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Bring it back to scene.
crops.
Back to scene. About he's on one side of the conflict, the winning side. I don't think you're surprised about that.
Last I knew he was a thorn in our side, but I didn't know he was that high up.
Apparently he's helping them bring out victory or something like that, because anytime he sends people, he seems to be 3 steps ahead of the opponents and just either forces surrender or completely wipes them out.
Does he have his own people?
Apparently, he's at the very least acting like he's not even a minor lord at this point. By this point, he is a lord.
Oh no.
Bad? Is that bad?
Iron Girl's not no more?
Last I heard, he left. He had to take care of something or something like that.
Oh god. I am in trouble.
Why are you in trouble?
Somebody who really doesn't like me. I recently found out is still alive, and his father is now the Lord of Corvin.
Oh. Oh, that's bad.
I don't even know how I'm still here. If it's that bad.
I'll keep my ears and eyes open for you, okay, Jenny?
I think the dad's name is Anton, and the son is actually out of character. I forgot his name.
Rip.
Give me one sec here, cause continuity. Tedrick. And I heard, and the son's name is Tedrick. He's kind of an asshole.
He's alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
I've got multiple people who will be very upset to hear about that. Apparently he was a thorn in a lot of people's sides. Not because he was a thorn to be a thorn. He was just an idiot.
I mean, you're not wrong. He's the one who did the thing to my shoulder.
Oh, he stabbed you?
Through the shoulder.
I have permission to on-site him, right?
If you can tolerate even being in his presence, you can do whatever the fuck you want to him.
I've met worse.
His father's now a lord, and he already thought he was hot shit, so, you know. And he never travels alone. He's got he called it his little buddy.
Oh.
I don't understand the mechanical stuff. His mom taught him.
Oh, his mom's smart? Oh. Okay.
His mom and, well, his dad and my dad and some others had their own group that apparently has made a name for themselves when they were my age, so... Oh, the group name, well, if you want to laugh before going back to reading, I can tell you what they used to go by.
Sure. Go ahead.
They were the Misfortunados.
That did get a good laugh out of me.
I wanted to end it on a better note than the fact that there is Cedric out there with his machine buddy, with his father in power in Corvin while my parents are still there. And he didn't get along with them either. And my little brother, and I don't know how I'm still alive.
You're one person, and Cormundum is a big country. They're probably still looking for you in Corvin, huh? Hells, I mean, they think that you tried to jump to Dunziel, they might be trying to look for you over there. Maybe they'll rile up enough people. Maybe Tedrick went to Dunziel.
Maxim.
What?
Remember that collective meeting I told you about? They know I'm not there.
Okay, but they know you're there. If they know you're there, why wouldn't he be there?
I shouldn't be here.
If D'Artez knows you're supposed to be going there, why is he still in Corvin?
Why would he need to be in Corvin if there's others he can send?
I gotta go. I need to keep a sharp eye on some things. That sounds ominous.
Oh no. Something just clicked.
What?
D'Artez is collective.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
I didn't know!
Oh.
Maxim,
Yeah, no, he's...
Mud on somebody's boots in the collective.
Yeah, no, he's... Yeah. Not, like, super high up, but he's, like, in it. I thought you knew!
Does that mean his son is too?
He doesn't act like it. Not the way how you described him.
Oh, God, I'm gonna be so dead if anybody in the collective finds me. I should let you go.
Yeah. You go try and get some sleep. Please.
No, I can try.
Just try.
Where's the music when I need it? Good night, Maxim.
Good night.
As she stands up to head off the roof, her hand goes to the locket around her neck and just very quietly goes, "That cold, that was you, wasn't it?"
Of course.
Why?
Loss of focus can mean death. If you had been panicking when those creatures came in, you could have died. You could have gotten your other companions killed. I'm growing fond of you. I'd rather not see you lose your life because of something I don't know of. At least, if I can help, I shouldn't allow you to.
Well, we'd talk more if we could, but the others don't like seeing me talk to the locket, so you know.
If they want to talk to me, they can. I'm not against communication. They've just been kind of, how do I put this, stuck up pricks, a little bit on the floozy side. Not bad traits, mind you. I love those traits, but like, how am I supposed to have open communication with that kind of vibe?
I was meaning they don't like seeing me talk to you in public.
Then don't talk to me in public. Find some time for just us.
Then how do I communicate with you? We don't split the party anymore because shit's gonna happen. So, you know.
You don't have to hold me every time you want to talk to me. You don't have to raise your voice above a whisper. I'm here, after all.
I can do that?
You've never thought to try. Why wouldn't you? And you sleep in separate rooms. You don't split the party while walking around town, but you can still rest your head. Still have your time to speak with your beloved. Why not speak to me when you have a moment alone? Again, you don't have to yell at me. I'll hear you.
So you heard me say Cedric's still alive?
What I'm hearing is that he has a chance to die again.
There's apparently a line for who going after him. So yeah.
Oh, there's a line for who's going after him, but you apparently think you are at the forefront of the line he is coming to try and get his hands on. And if he attempts such things, that means you are at the front of the line.
I humiliated him.
Good.
So of course he'd want to get rid of me.
Good. Do it again.
Next time I see him.
I look forward to it.
I should probably rest.
You should probably not be seen by the guard down there. Lean to the left real quick.
And she does without even hesitating.
There's a person who holds up a lantern. Looks around. Doesn't see you. Keeps moving on.
Thank you.
Go to your room.
I'm going.
You need rest, and You need to not get caught.
There's some advantages to being in all black. And she'll climb down and go to the room.
All right. So you go and you rest. And you all are resting. Well, most of it's restful. Artie!
Just a second.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Cool.
You
What's
good?
up?
Yeah. You have a dream.
Oh!
Yeah. The
Enjoy.
sort of dream that's disjointed. Old memories. You've lived for a number more years than some, but not nearly to the fullest for yourself. And there's this persistent, very familiar sound that permeates throughout it. A sound near and dear to your heart.
Oh?
The ticking of clocks.
Ow. Mm-hmm.
And
Just gonna start walking toward this sound. Or is it just everywhere?
as you start walking, it does eventually start to feel like it is coming from a direction. Until you find yourself standing in front of several doors. Each of them is a little bit different and a little bit familiar.
Do they kind of resemble the clocks that she wears?
Yes. One of them has a very clear insignia on it. A holy symbol. One of them has imageries of blacksmithing. One of them has bits of leather and what you can only presume to be books, or at least a librarian's sort of door with bits of magic clearly pulsating across it. You can swear that with the clocks, in rhythm with it, from one of the doors, there is a faint bit of a twang, like music. And one door is hard to see. You almost have to look at it out of the corner of your eye just to notice it.
Artemis kind of grazes her fingers over the door with the holy symbol, but turns her attention to the door she can barely see. Trying to get a closer look at it.
After a moment, you have an impression. You can attempt to open one of these doors, but only one right now.
She is going to try and open the one. Looks like books.
Okay. reach out. As you touch it, there's a jolt, a charge that flashes across to you. And you see someone similar to you, half-elf, but darker skin, half-drow. They seem to have this moment of just kind of hanging in the air after you open the door, where all the other doors seem to push away for a moment. He's just in the air.
Edward?
Do you reach out to him?
Yes.
When your hand touches him, the jolt jumps between the two of you, and you see him kind of start for a second. Like he's jolting up from a long sleep. He tries to take a deep breath, but there's no sound to it as he kind of looks down. I don't believe we discussed fully what subclass he was, but you can see it in his eyes. That errant, ever-present magic that always permeated around him. Of his afflicted, sorceress nature, as he reaches out and puts a hand on your shoulder, and you can distantly, like you're hearing it echoing down a tunnel as he says your name, and you don't wake up, but he and you both seem to fade, and there's a long, dreamy silence. It feels like hours pass, maybe they do, before you eventually will awaken.
Is she able to talk to him, or is it just...
Do you talk to him?
She would probably try.
Okay. You attempt to make an Arcana check. It's too early in the morning. You're not sure what all to do. And you're not sure if it was real. You'll need some time to fully process it, to make sure that you're not instead just losing your sanity, hoping. You hope dearly that you're not just hoping.
Artemis kind of holds the clock that she knows he's in, curls in on herself a little bit, and she actually cries a little bit. Trying to make herself take deep breaths for it to stop, but it's been so long since she's actually seen him. Since she's actually felt his magic. It might not even have been real. And she can't really make herself stop crying because she can't stop thinking about how real it felt and how long it's been since she's seen and felt him.
I'm going to say no, Paris. It's not the bawling her eyes out, it's a soft sound. Unless you wish to say otherwise, Kendall.
She's a very quiet crier. She probably accidentally touches some of the like the lanyard that she's wearing for a minute before remembering what it is and quickly yanking her hand off of it. And she's just curling into herself and trying to hug herself into stopping crying, trying to breathe.
It takes you.
But that was one of her dear, dear friends.
After a bit, you collect yourself. You make your way downstairs to meet with the rest of the group. All of you are awake.
Do we have coffee here?
We've got this, and they have like this powder. You put it in anything, and it'll wake you right up. It's a cure-all for sleep.
I like it. Thank you. Can I have some?
Certainly, it'll be a gold.
Sure. Just slap a gold down.
They hand it to you. You pour it into your drink and just knock it back.
Yeah, she takes it like a shot.
That is pure concentrated caffeine you just took. That's gonna hit you like a heart attack.
That's gonna hit you like a brick.
Yeah.
Serenity's definitely like looking at her like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I realize you downstairs.
Yeah.
Silently watching.
Fidget is still out of it, but yeah, she's downstairs.
Magnificent.
Seems like at least half of us had a rather rough night.
Good morning, everyone. Velinor comes down, big bright smile on his face, with bags under his eyes that says he did not sleep very well. But he's like, I slept very well.
With how hyper he is, Fidget sinks in her chair and pulls her hood up over her head.
Artemis looks at his face.
Hold on.
They have some great stuff you can snort if you want it.
Oh, that sounds great.
No.
Holding.
No.
What are you saying, Aurelius?
Hey, can you come outside with me for a sec?
Yeah, sure. Hold on a second. He pays a gold to get the powder. He doesn't take it yet. He's just motions you. Yeah, I'll meet you outside. Go. Yeah, meet you there.
No. I just don't drink or eat anything. Just it's important. Come with me.
I'm not going to yet. Go.
Deception check, please, sir.
He's not deceiving. He's buying it to take later.
Okay, all right. Okay.
He's honest. He has no reason to be dishonest.
No, I'm being dishonest.
Oh, why are you being dishonest? You can deception
I'm gonna
check
knock
if you
him
want.
the fuck out.
Go ahead.
But like, I need to get him outside.
Go ahead, make a deception check.
Oh God. It's obvious what he's trying to do.
He still waves you on like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, no, I'll see you soon. Like he seems to be like, yeah, no, totally. I go ahead.
You know his intentions are going to be to probably punch you, right?
He kind of looks at her.
Hey, no,
puts it in his pocket and steps outside.
Yeah.
Are you still here?
His partner.
His partner hopped in.
He just
Boy, quit getting some ass! Bring your ass back to D&D.
We can say the same to you.
I was cooking.
You don't get to talk. You
My
slept
fat
through
ass.
last session.
No.
You slept through
no.
last week.
Yeah, because I just got done moving like 80 boxes.
Sorry.
Without telling us.
I told y'all I was moving down here.
Anyway.
Velinor went outside with you.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna lure him somewhere that no one can see them. behind the.
He very
the
clearly is just like follows you. He's
Okay.
behind you though.
I'm watching him.
No, yeah, he doesn't
In the
do it.
corner of
He
my
doesn't
eye.
do anything immediately. He's just watching and just kind of walking with you.
Okay. Can I see the ruins from where we are?
Let's say you could find a place for it.
Okay. So he's gonna say, I noticed something on the ruins. Some kind of symbol. I think. I feel like you'd have a better expertise at what it is. And as he's talking, he's gonna knock him out.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Aurelius, being chaotic good, get some sleep. Let's do this. Attack roll. This would be unarmed strike, technically.
It would be, yes.
So that's a 20. Dirty.
Alright. So you sock him right in the jaw. But because he knew it was coming, it still would be like effectively just like damage. But he takes it and he kind of like, oh, why did you pop up? Bad. Bad Steam. Bad. Why did you pop up? Why are you doing? Stop that.
A copyright.
Sorry, it just suddenly popped up like you want to play game? No. You hit him
Later.
and he takes it and he slowly like pops his jaw back into place and turns and he looks at you and he slowly leans closer.
I didn't want to have to do this.
Don't.
He's gonna cast. He's gonna cast command and tell him to sleep.
What's your?
And we
saving
just
throw
let
DC?
Aurelius walk away with him.
Oh yeah. What's your saving throw DC?
15.
Oh, when I do it, it's suddenly awful and horrible. When Aurelius
No,
does
it's
it,
still bad.
very
It's
bad,
still
yes.
bad.
Oh, very bad.
He rolled a 6, and he for at least a moment, just a brief couple of seconds, he falls asleep, and he will start waking back up almost immediately, as command only lasts for 6 seconds. But he basically was sleeping, almost standing up, just like
In
falls
that
over,
6 seconds, Aurelius is gone.
sits back up, wipes his face, looks around. What the fuck just happened?
Aurelius comes back in.
What?
Weird guy. He just fell asleep while I was showing him some ruins.
you are
Sit
so
down
full
with
of
the
shit
party.
that it is
Aurelius,
coming
really?
out of your ears.
Dude, even I wouldn't do shit like that.
He needs to sleep.
Then tell him you think he needs to get some sleep. Give him some tea.
Look at him. He's not gonna go to.
At least even with Fidget, I tried to convince it to first.
Wham!
Yeah, but the difference is Fidget can actually fucking punch back harder than I can at the moment.
You hear a wham as he walks in and he kind of slams the door open. The bartender he just stands there for a moment, ominously. He looks at you. He slowly walks in and he just kind of stands there for a moment. He holds up a finger. I get one back.
Later, go to sleep.
Wham! And he swings and he's going to punch you in the jaw. Do you need me to roll an attack, or are you going to let him hit you?
Aurelius is gonna swing with the punch.
What?
As in, like to. So when you move with a punch, when it's swung at you, it hurts less.
It'll
because
hurt
you're
less,
moving
yes,
with.
but he's still punching you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Are you
like.
saying you wish to take the hit then?
He's stylizing the taking the hit.
Yes.
I'm making sure. I need the clear, concise, yes, I'm taking the hit. I'm just going to try and roll with it. What's your strength mod?
Max.
Max? Yeah.
Very quietly, like the degenerate I made her to be, you just already go, ooh.
He doesn't hit quite as hard as Fidget, but he's close.
Artemis, in the meantime, is going up to the bar and asking if they have a hot tea.
Yes. We're currently brewing. Are they okay? Are they friends?
They're fine. Yes, they're friends.
That's a weird friendship. Tell them
It
to stop.
usually is. I'll tell them to
1v1
stop.
me later.
See, this is how they bond. I'll tell them to stop. I'm so sorry they're doing this in your establishment. Do you have any calming hot tea?
Yeah. Oh, after you might want. After how much you just took, it's gonna hit you in like about 5 minutes. You'll understand.
Not for me.
Well then, yeah, I can get that for you.
Okay, thank you. And I'm okay with having a lot of energy. You're not the one that's gonna have to deal with me.
No, I'm not. Have fun with
There's
that.
a very quiet sigh from beside her.
When Valinor lands the punch on Aurelius, Fidget kind of laughs to herself, and in Orcish, very broken Orcish, calls them both idiots.
There's a momentary pause as Valinor kind of stops and looks to you, and there's this idle sparkle of delight.
What did you just do? She looks over at Fidget.
As in Orcish, it's a little bit you trying to,
Very broken, so...
Yeah. His is far more fluid, obviously. You get the gist that he's like, you speak Orcish.
She does that hand motion, like when you're trying to explain you only understand a very little bit, just goes small. That's all that comes out of her mouth.
Aurelius is just sitting there looking at the two of them, and he goes, "Okay, now how do you say fuck?"
Which one?
He kind of chuckles at that, and then he says a word. You know what the translation of that means, but he tells Aurelius, "This is the word." I will whisper to you what he actually is saying.
Okay, so I would actually know this?
Yes.
Fidget grins up at Aurelius, just kind of going, now you can talk with us, even if it is just letting the Cusswoods first.
I'm gonna add it to my list. He pulls out a book, and in that book, on the last page of his journal, there's just a list of swears in different languages, and there's an entire section dedicated to fuck, and there's 7 in Infernal.
What's that?
It's my fuck list.
Your what? Is Serenity on it?
He
What now?
He
What's his
translates.
fuck list?
He says in Abyssal. He says in Abyssal. Fuck. He says in Deep Speech. Fuck. He says in Infernal. Fuck. And he just keeps going.
Oh, and Artemis probably says whatever the equivalent of fuck is in Sylvan.
He's adding it to the list.
I don't think
Artemis...
it's able to be written down.
No, it sounds like bells.
Sounds like bells and nature sounds.
Good lord. Artemis, why would I be on the fuck list if we've already fucked?
Because you
Think
usually
about
want to
it,
fuck the people
Serenity.
you will fuck again.
She just shrugs.
I also have a shit list.
I have one too, but it's far too long to be kept in a journal.
Oh.
I think he's trying
Do
to
you
learn
want to
the
know how to-
curse words.
Do you want to know
new
how to
languages.
say shit in Sylvan?
Sure.
She looks like she is kind of starting to vibrate on the spot.
It's hitting perfect.
The caffeine's kicking in. Prepare.
And she promptly gives him a very long... She doesn't actually tell him that she's about to, but she starts reciting a very long list of swear words in Sylvan.
Aurelius doesn't know what any of them mean, and he's trying to keep up writing it. It's not going so well, but he's trying his damn hardest.
You look confused, but you got the
In fact, I'm gonna roll dexterity to see if he can keep up with it.
Oh no.
Nope. No.
Everyone just watching her make all of these nature sounds that do not look like they should be made with a mouth.
After like a minute, he's like completely entranced and lost and has stopped writing. And you can tell the last thing he wrote was something along the lines of bell noise bird frog cheese grater question mark.
cheese grater.
Fidget has moved the seat out from next to her so Velinor can sit next to her.
Well, Velinor takes a seat. I will gently expedite just a little bit, letting everyone move forward until you... I presume you all are wishing to leave the city.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is your tea, Eleanor.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
It is to sleep.
He pauses, just like, why does everyone think I need to sleep? I was able
Because you have
to
bags
In your
under
space?
your eyes that are big enough to carry about 3 bags worth of luggage.
And me.
Have you seen your face?
Velinor, they do this. They do this a lot. Just so you know.
Oh. Did you have dreams last night?
Specific ones? No.
I had dreams last night. I was on a pony.
Why did you say that so creepily?
I should not leave the group. I'm going to go find my notebook. I'll be right back downstairs.
Go ahead. Yep, no worries.
She darts upstairs back to the room and she's back down really fast with her notebook and she's like plops down at the table and starts writing really hurriedly. But Serenity would probably be able to tell that Artemis is resisting the urge to run outside and just start pacing.
I'm gonna do some training with my sword.
With one hand?
We're going on the cart.
We're going on the cart.
Yeah, I can train on the cart.
No, you
Wasn't
can't.
the first time.
You can't
Do not.
drive.
Why not? I used to do it a shit ton when I was younger. It helps train dexterity.
That's because you can do something when you're younger does not mean that it is something that you need to be initially doing.
When you were younger, you had 2 arms.
When you were younger, you had 2 arms.
Okay, everyone, on the cart before more arguments happen. I'm turning into the mother now. I don't care. Go.
Okay,
I can have
Mom.
you on the cart. And she probably darts off to get on the cart and just looks back at Aurelius. Yes, I had 2 arms then. But you are more recently not having 2 arms.
Yeah, all the more reason to get used to my one arm with the one sword.
Okay.
At this point, Aurelius is just causing shit.
I made you an arm.
Yes, and I'm not going to use it until I can mentally rely on you guys more.
Don.
Yep.
How much is like a big mug of alcohol cost?
You're not driving, so whatever you want to do is fine with me.
I just want you to keep in mind, Serenity doesn't drink.
4 copper.
This bitch has like 3 mugs in front of her. I'll give her a gold.
Yep. They're like, do you want change?
No, it's fine.
Oh shit, I need to mark a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoops. I just did that. Sorry.
Congrats. I mean, you just had it. It's fine.
Alright.
And Fidget will take her seat in the driver's seat of the cart.
What if I made my fingers into a bunch of small arms.
For the love of everything that is holy, my dearest, please do not.
And we're off.
Why not?
What if you made those tiny arms have little eyes in their hands, so you can look through
God.
keyholes?
That is a
Oh.
great idea. It'd make lockpicking so much easier.
Yeah,
How I wish
Aurelius
there
starts
were-
like messing around with his sword.
How I wish there were noise-canceling headphones in this period.
Noise canceling what?
Headphones.
That was out of character.
I know.
Yeah.
Artemis kind of leans up against Serenity and kind of cuddles against her, but she's looking at Aurelius as she starts excitedly talking about putting eyes in her fingers.
The whole time Aurelius is like, this was actually a medieval thing where people being trained to be a squire would just like stand holding their sword in their arm outstretched for like however many hours of the day, and that was the entire day.
Real.
Yeah, except for he's doing it on the side of the cart.
Surreal cuddle off to Artemis. Hello, Dove.
Your hair's different, and so is your ears.
My ears are the same as they have ever been. My hair could be indicative of stress.
No, your ears are pointy now, and I know exactly what you look like all of the time because I like looking at you, and you look different.
It could be more of my heritage showing up.
She kind of just reaches up to Serenity's ear and pinches the tip of it.
She immediately grabs her wrist before she can. I don't think you wish to do that in mixed company, Dove.
Pointed.
Yes. And sensitive.
Oh. Right. But it's different.
Perhaps I'm changing more with Victus?
She kind of squints a bit into Serenity's eyes. Is he fucking with you again?
Not at the current moment, no.
Well, that's weird. He's always fucking with you.
Believe me, that's quite weird for me, but I'm going to take the silence quite gratefully.
Suspicious.
Just puts her forehead against Artemis. I am grateful for what silence I can have, love.
I am not good at quiet right now.
Not with the amount of things in your system, no, I imagine not.
I'm trying to mediate that, he says quietly. That's why he's interacting with her so much in hopes of tiring her out with the amount of
There is no sugar. It is concentrated caffeine.
She took like straight fucking... This bitch took like speed. Like a drug.
No, Hermie literally...
speed.
She was literally given fucking cocaine. Fantasy cocaine.
Caffeine, but caffeine might be worse.
Look, either way, the thought is that hopefully by talking and like doing shit and like all that will speed up the process of tiring her out.
Wait, Artemis does what?
Artemis is fiddling with her arm again. She's like going up. What?
I was simply asking what you were doing. Calm down.
I'm just messing with it. Every time you take that tone with me, you sound like you're going to tell me to stop.
Perhaps this time it is more of an affectionate tone.
Okay. She continues to fiddle up the length of her mechanical arm, and then just goes down into her clocks, stares at him for a minute. And I think I should... Because of how emotionally and intellectually volatile she's being right now, do you think I should roll something to see if she has a reaction to staring at them for a minute?
After a moment of staring at them, you just hear, yeah? In your head.
What?
Hmm?
No, not you, sweetheart. What? What? To repeat yourself? Who's that?
It's
I didn't
me.
say anything.
Where
Me.
are you?
What?
What is here?
Who? Does she recognize the voice?
Yes, you do recognize the voice as being his voice. I believe it was Edward's voice. Yes.
Edward?
Yeah.
Well,
Where
how
are
can I
we?
hear you?
I'm talking to you.
How are you awake?
I woke up.
Hear who, Dove?
He's... It's hard to explain.
Who are you talking to?
A companion.
Okay.
What? How are you? What? When did you wake up?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
How do you know we're far away? Are you seeing through my eyes?
No, I'm looking at you, but I can only see you.
From where?
Here? Wherever here is? Wherever I woke up from. I just woke up and I'm looking at you.
Are they just watching her have a conversation with one of her clocks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember how everyone was looking at Fidget with the locket? Everyone's looking at you with the clock like this now. Because you are now
At
talking
this point-
to a clock.
When I get out of the cart, I need to have a conversation in private.
What?
And she almost popped the cart.
Thank you. And she probably very quickly gets out and starts
Out of
walking.
this, where are you? Go.
I need a minute. I promise I'll be back.
I think she
Explain
needs to
when
go
you
to the
get back,
toilet.
please.
She's probably just going to the toilet. It's fine.
I'm really
I was
sure
drinking something. How dare you? Oh,
Fucking candles choking.
how dare you?
Breathe.
How dare I what?
Kendall was
Jesus,
drinking
what-
when you said that shit.
Yeah, but like, look, if you're traveling and suddenly someone's like screaming, "Hey, can I get out?" Logically, what I'm thinking is, "Oh yeah, pee-pee time."
I mean, to be fair, her words were, "I need to have a conversation with myself," which
I need to have a conversation in private. She's too hyped up to lie right now.
She just zooms off.
And she just finds a spot. It's not too far away from the cart. They can still see her. They just can't hear her.
While it stops, Aurelius is now just like hopping off the cart and just walking around to stretch his legs.
Fair.
Three's like really fucking chill right now, other than, you know, that little bit that Artemis just did. She's still nursing that mug, but that mug's like half empty.
You took the entire mug?
Yeah, no, she took the whole ass mug. That's why she left the gold.
They understood what you left with it.
That mug is like fucking Goliath size.
I didn't say it was.
That's what she
Artemis-
wanted.
Fair
Artemis
enough.
is holding the clock between her hands and just staring at it.
Yeah.
how I had a dream last night that you were there, and I thought I was insane when I woke up.
Listen, Artie, you're crazy, not insane. That's what we love about you.
I've always been crazy, but this is a different kind of crazy. I've always had my screws in a very neat bag, but this felt like they were everywhere.
A very neat bag.
Look, if they were in a neat bag and you spilt them all over the place, obviously you just gotta get them all back where you need them to be, right?
Yeah, but I thought when I woke up, I felt you.
Yeah?
Your magic. I felt your magic. I haven't. It's been years.
What? Huh? What?
It's been over a decade.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
I didn't let them. They tried to kill you.
Tried?
I kept you. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to keep you safe.
Huh? He sounds completely lost, a bit exacerbated, and very much just. He is currently vocalizing dial-up noises.
I put you in a place that was safe so I could save you again later.
Am I dead?
I wouldn't say dead.
Where are my arms and legs? I'm only now realizing that I can't turn my head.
You
Help.
remember how I made clocks?
Yeah?
You're in one.
I'm freaking out. Artie, I'm freaking out.
I don't know how to help you to stop freaking out. I'm still trying to figure out how to put you into a body.
So I died. I'm not dead, but I died.
Well, if they hadn't sent those she kind of goes into a quote unquote heroes after us, you wouldn't be dead. And I couldn't leave any of you like that.
They sent heroes after us?
They're called the Heroes of Elorin. Now.
Ew. What kind of pretentious, self-righteous sons of bitches do they think they are? What the fuck?
They're Danziellen.
Oh, never mind.
They're paladins.
Ew. Yeah, don't need that.
What did you... Yeah, I need to figure out how you woke up. I didn't wake you up. I don't know how to wake you up. I barely know how I put you in there.
I don't know where I am.
You're in a clock.
Yeah, but I can only see you.
How?
Uh.
I mean, sorry. I know you can't answer that. Fuck. I'm in Cormundum.
Huh.
I'm working with this group of people. We're working on something for a wizard named Godai.
You tell you what. Fill me in on it later, because I'm going to be asking a lot of who the fuck, when the fuck, how the fuck, and, look, I know I was supposed to be, like, the smart one with, like, reading into books and stuff like that. All I can say right now is those words, and it's going to be on repeat. And I need some time to focus myself, or I'm just going to sound illiterate.
Okay. Okay.
Just
So
fill me in at some
feel
point.
like I'm going to fill you in, I promise. But I can't promise it will make much sense, because I don't remember all of it.
I just need as much as you can tell me, because what you know is more than what I know. I just apparently woke up in a clock.
Dip. I'm sorry.
You're fine, just fill me in later.
Okay. And she kind of carefully tucks the clock back in. There's one more thing you should know. You're not the only one. And I don't know how I did any of it. And she starts walking back toward the cart. Visibly distressed.
At this point, Aurelius is just like fucking playing scissors, paper, rock with Fidget, probably.
He hasn't left the cards, so.
Why do I keep losing?
Because you keep doing paper.
Paper always wins.
Apparently
Not in this moment, it doesn't.
Alright, we'll do it again. Fuck.
Okay.
Damn it. Reverse psychology didn't work.
Nope, not with me.
Alright, again.
I had a little.
Oh, hey, Artie.
Hi, we should go.
Okay. Everything okay?
No, we should go.
Okay.
When are things okay ever with us? Let's be real.
See? He's got a point.
Can we please, just before we rush off, get a brief explanation at first for once?
It's Artie. You think she's going to explain anything?
I wasn't asking you.
Goes back to playing.
You want to give the explanation while we drive?
I don't know if I want to give the explanation at all, but what questions do you have? You should be specific, Serenity.
Take a deep breath. Why are you freaking the hell out? And it's not the caffeine before you even try and say that.
Because I had a voice talking in my head and I needed to clear that up.
Demon, normal, person, wish.
Person.
Did they give you their name?
I know who they are.
Tell them I'll also respond to that bitch over there if it really comes down to it.
What?
That's him to her.
Sorry, I'm playing Gotham Knights at the same time. I'm seeing weird shit.
You're seeing double.
Yeah.
So there's a person that you know in your head.
Kind of. And I can't really talk about it safely. She kind of glances over to, what was the druid's name again?
Eleanor.
Eleanor. He kind of fiddles with the clocks for a minute.
Then could you take me aside and explain it to it? Because I
can't talk to anyone about this, Serenity. None of them were supposed to wake up.
That still doesn't answer why you can't talk about it. Also, if you hear meowing in the background, I'm so sorry. My cat's getting very antsy for some reason.
Don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
Okay. Artemis, please, for once, give me the full picture. I understand.
I can't. I'm sorry.
She's... Alright. Come on. Let's move.
And Fidget will start.
Get the fuck off my laptop!
Artemis, get off your laptop.
But as you explain a little bit more, and
What
continue.
languages does What languages does Serenity speak again?
Those ones.
It's easier to flick it.
Got it. Because she knows that if she says this in the area of Eleanor, there's not gonna be a good reaction.
That was also what she offered to take aside, but Eleanor is a druid, so potentially high perception.
There's also the fact they would have to get back into the same cart with him. And this is also something that she hasn't told her for the entirety of their relationship, and she has not told anyone.
Yeah, that's also partially why.
Also only known Serenity for about 6 months or more, and that is not long enough for her to feel comfortable telling her this.
I think she's tired of people hiding shit at this point that could potentially lead to bad things.
She'll live.
Thanks.
She knew Artemis was secretive when they started dating.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean she's not tired of the entire party being secretive. Eventually, even knowing that, it's still gonna get, like, tiresome.
Boop.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure Aurelius has been the only one that's like, yeah, no, this is exactly what.
Can Artemis talk back to him in her head, or does it have to be out loud?
She can speak back in her head. I will, however, also bring up it is 11.
Okay. Yeah, true.
So, on that note, we'll discuss what all you bring up and bring to the table next week. And then we will make our way to landfall. And we will actually arrive at landfall.
First of our fetch quests.
You've just had a few side missions that have popped up. You know, it's like playing Skyrim. It's like, hey, you need to go to this specific place. Ooh, shiny over here. Okay, I need to go over here. Okay. Oh, I'm over here now. Where am I? There's a quest I'm supposed to do.
And like in Skyrim, I forgot the main story existed. And then I started a new save.
And then you're like, oh, right, there's a main story here.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. There is a story still here, yeah. That being said, for those who are watching, thank you so much for doing so. We really greatly appreciate all the people who do so. It is fantastic to just know people are enjoying this with us, even if it's just background noise. We do post these to my YouTube channel, which is at Uncommon Guru. I don't have the name itself taken out and whatnot, but you can look it up through Cormundum Chaos. Cormundum is the name you see on the screen. We do try and stream these starting around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. I will again put the socials for those who have them, for people to look up these fine individuals and see their content, because they make fantastic content and they are absolutely wonderful and delights to be with. Their storytelling has always been a great part of why this story just comes to life, honestly. And I appreciate you guys a lot. I want to make sure you hear that.
I appreciate you too.
You bitch.
But I do need to shout at you. So once you were done writing up.
Yes, I'm finishing up. Don't worry. Thank you again for those of you who are here and for those who are watching later on. And until next time, we're WhatTeamComp. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
No.